Okay, so it's recording. All right. So you want defense, particularly against tanks, graveyard, like lava hound, golem, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're playing the hog deck. Wait, um, do you have the dark goblin unlocked? Can you use
Yeah, I
it?
have. Yeah,
What level is it at?
7.
Good, good. I want you to use the dark goblin version. Okay. So you're gonna.
Uh,
It's yeah. The deck is.
yeah, I used that too, and I have some defeats too that I can show you. I messed up.
Yeah, it's fine. We're just gonna go through this, and I'm totally fine with looking at your replays too. Hog,
Mm.
cannon, fireball, zap, dark goblin. What else is there? Ice spirits,
Uh,
ice
I was
spirit, and ice
I was
golem.
I was playing Skellies and Mega Minion with Ice Golem.
Okay, yeah, yeah. That one is like against those big decks, like Lava Hound, and like you have to defend like a god in order to be able to pull that off. Because you're basically trying to defend these huge pushes with nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean I went 6-0 and then I lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's tough.
Mhm.
But like with this Dark Goblin version, I can show you some cool stuff, and it'll make it more consistent on your defense.
Okay.
Uh, so let's see. I guess. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No, not really.
No. All right. So I'm gonna be sharing screens with you, and we're gonna be talking. I'm just gonna show you like positionings for your decks, how to like in general play this hog deck. I think you've seen a lot of me like playing it, but I just want to make sure that you that we cover a lot of the bases. And then I'm gonna show you defense against Lava Hound Balloon, how you should be thinking about games against Golem like Pump or Golem Graveyard, uh, and and it, that's what you're having trouble with. So we'll probably just
Yeah.
review then.
Sap bait is
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah, okay.
easier. That one's easier to defend against.
Yeah, it is. It's just Zap Bait is more. The trick to winning Zap Bait with this deck is definitely what is it? Being able to know when to attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you can attack them at the right time, you always win.
That one I'm like 80% winning and then like 20% because I make a mistake or something. But usually I beat decks with this deck.
Are there any other matchups that you're having trouble with?
Um, no, just the big pushes sometimes. Just like giant graveyard, and bowler graveyards.
All right, sounds good. Uh, and you're, I just want to make sure you're doing the pushes correctly, right? Like you know how to hog push, you know how to ice spirit
Hmm.
hog push, you know how to hog push with ice golem.
Yep.
You're using musketeer with ice golem pushes. You're fireballing correctly, fireball zap. You're
Yep.
placing your cannons right.
Hmm.
You know, like 4-3 plant 3-3.
Yep.
All right, good. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, share screen with you.
All right.
Which screen do I want? Um, all right. So do you see this?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a recording that now, who is one of like, he plays a ton of Hog. It's like in Lively Colors there are three God players. It's Mikon, it's Now, and it's Isaporon. They all play Hog and they play it like really freaking well. This is a recording of him using the Dark Goblin version of the deck. That the 2.6 Hog, and he's gonna show you how to defend Lava Loon. Basically, it's gonna be a lot about knowing how to attack Lava Loon when it gets set up so you get damage. One, that's the first priority. Second is staggering your cards in the right order so that when the lava loon gets there, you are able to successfully like defend. You're not like throwing excess elixir into it so that they can kill you. So you're
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so you're setting cards up in the right order. You're and then I'm gonna show you like split lane defense with this deck, with Musketeer slash Dark Goblin. All right, so we're just gonna watch this and oh crap, wait. I'm pretty sure I have my own replay too, of me playing against Lavaloon, so we could go through that too if you want. But it looks almost the exact same, because it's the most efficient way. We're just gonna watch through this. I mean, I don't really mind watching, because the important part will come up. Wait a second. This is not Lavaloon. Oh, this is against someone else. This is not it.
Man, I hope you know how to edit.
Nope, I do not. I think this is the one. I think this is the one.
Uh,
My videos are known for not being able to edit. All
I
right,
know.
here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. Hey, hog pushes. Blah blah blah. Tombstone catches him. All right, so now you want to pay attention to this. All right. Let's see. I want to keep my pen out. And I can't draw here. Totally fine. Do you have headphones or anything?
yeah, I got headphones.
Okay, okay. Cause like there's a huge static. He's gonna hit 10, right? This Lava Hound player will play Lava Hound back here, and now just uses Hog, so he doesn't have like something to push with. In this position, what would you do?
For this, I probably rotate the Ice Spirit.
Rotate the Ice Spirit.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's exactly what he does too. Because the Ice Spirit is, you know, 1 elixir easy. It gets 100 damage, and you get to see what he does. As soon as, oh god, as soon as you see this Lava Hound be placed down, you have you want to be able to stagger your elixir now. You're sitting at 10. You want to use your elixir. Where would you place this Musketeer?
Um, I probably place it on the very corner at the end,
Where? On the left or right?
left.
Why?
Well, by the time so I can split my cannon on the other side,
Hmm.
and then
Interesting
use the
answer.
ice golem to protect it once it's up higher. But that'll be pretty far up by the time the lava hound gets to the tower, though.
Yeah, it will be. But you're gonna see very soon that it's okay if it's very up high, because the point of the cannon in this deck, since it's not like an inferno, if it was an inferno, you could be placing it here and be totally fine. But because it's a cannon, it doesn't hit air. The only use for the the only use that the cannon is good for is pulling it against Lava Hound decks. The Lava Hound decks that you're gonna see, like you're not gonna be seeing Miner anymore. It's all Lava Hound Balloon, Lava Hound, Balloon Clone, etc., etc. So if you see a Lava Hound, it's pretty safe to say that you're probably just gonna use your cannon to pull.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
playing Musketeer down here, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the like, if we track the unit movements, the Musketeer will probably be around here when the Lava Hound is also like around here, maybe even up a little bit more.
Yeah.
So by that time, you know that you're gonna be around 10 elixir again. Your next card is Ice Golem. If he doesn't play anything behind this, like he's always gonna play something behind this. Yeah, you can buy time with your Ice Golem, but you're really waiting on this balloon,
Yeah.
right? If he doesn't play balloon, you don't play cannon. You just defend like normal, use your Dark Goblin, whatever. As soon as he plays balloon, like you're gonna see, you use this cannon to pull here. Then you play Dark Goblin here, and the Dark Goblin will shoot at the balloon, and you're gonna see what happens. it forces like because you're splitting your units in so many ways, it forces like a bad fireball. So your defense is gonna be
Yeah.
consistent. Oh, he does something cool here. He knows his cycle. He knows that after the ice golem, he has his hog again. What this does, he essentially puts 6 elixir into the right lane, forcing at most, like at best, he'll get a mega minion. He'll get a tombstone. He'll get like a badly placed scar me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, which means that it obviously detracts from this push over here. So this is really good. Like I like to do this too, if just like a
Yeah.
musketeer is walking, because like what else would you be doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so let's keep going. He plays Mega Minion. He gets hog damage on the right. And this is the important part. You don't want to be definitely always make sure that you're playing your cannon within this square. If you play it like here, it won't pull the balloon. Because the balloon's range, its sight range is like here. But you can test it for yourself. Just like hover, if you hover cannon,
Yeah.
the exclamation point, right? Will come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to make sure to pull this first. The first part is pulling. You pull the balloon, then you play Dark Goblin. If you play Dark Goblin here, the Dark Goblin will attack the balloon if you play it up enough. So it'll attack the balloon. This will keep shooting the Lava Hound. If you have Ice Spirit too, this is like best case scenario. You play Ice Spirit here and it freezes all of it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, but still.
Yeah, but like you needed the Dark Goblin's damage. You need the extra oomph like that skeletons probably won't give you. Skeletons in this scenario won't do anything for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So look how beautiful this looks like. I think this was like a mistake that he played it down there, but this is still fun because this is gonna pop and it'll redirect. If he had played it like here, it would have targeted onto the balloon, but it's like really small. Freezes everything, push is done, and he got damage on the right side. So, if we think about it, Lava Hound Balloon, uh, it's it takes a lot of elixir to build up a big push. This hog deck, is a lot cheaper. So we know that we can afford defense on this side and then attack on this side, or vice versa, whichever way. The Lava Hound is not pushing. That's why we can afford to do all of this as long as we set up our units right. Yeah, I mean here like you can just wait for your elixir then fireball if you wanted. Okay, so this one's pretty important too. Uh, he waits till 10, fireballs a tombstone. Now he doesn't have tombstone. Now he now knows that if he does play Hog Rider, the things that can come out are Mega Minion, Minion, or Skarmy. Alright, crossed off the list. But how do we deal with this Lava Hound again? We're gonna be hitting 10. What do we do when we hit 10?
I'll try to do the same setup with Musketeer on the corner again.
Uh-huh.
And push push the other side now.
That's interesting that you say push the other side. Huh.
Because I mean, if you let him build up everything, then that
Yeah.
lane is gonna be gone. Because I tried both ways. Like I tried just defending
Uh-huh.
and slowly, and then I run out of cards to play. Cause
Yeah.
it's
Because
like
your
I'll
cards
play
are
the hog. Yeah.
your
Like
cards are worth less.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I would push this side. I'd do the same thing again. He has Hog and Ice Golem again. If he does
Hmm.
it here, like imagine how big that would be. But he's probably not gonna be pushing until 10. If he pushes right now,
Yeah.
he'd
Yeah.
be at 0 and then he wouldn't be able to set up here and he'd probably die to this Lava Hound. So patience is still needed. And meteor could happen. You can just skip back to where we were. He fireballs here, like we know. Lava Hound comes down. He starts setting up, right? Musketeer. There's the Mega Minion. You can start pulling, by the way, like here. You know that the balloon will come out if you play cannon here, set up Dark Goblin here, Ice Golem to distract this. He's probably gonna fireball over here. If you play this out enough, like you can see it in your head, right? You can see
Yeah.
what's gonna happen and then play to it. That's what prediction is. That's what like if you have enough experience, if you understand like where the card cycles are going, then your defense is gonna look so much more clean because you know what you're gonna do. I mean, it's totally okay to not know if you're in a new situation, but if you see this once, then you're not in a new situation anymore. But replays are so good because you get to see it over and over and over again. If you see it again, then you know what to do better. Right. So like at this point, you kind of know what he's gonna do, right?
Yep.
So we're just gonna play it. Dark Goblin. Pull. Ice Spirit. Everything gets frozen. If he has to, he'll zap. He does zap. Which just stops. And now the game goes on. And this he retains his lead. You remember where like you would do damage to a tower, be able to defend the first push, and then you die on the second push.
Yeah.
He just held 2 pushes and kept his lead. Now all he has to do is fireball any tombstones. If no tombstones are played, then he makes his own play. He'll probably just drop like a hog here, golem push, and then pre-fireball a tombstone. And then eventually like the Lava Hound has to do one big push in order to kill him. By that time, now we'll just cycle over again and just kill him through fireballs. So he kept his lead. I mean, he defended, counterattacked, defended again, kept his lead, ends the game.
It would have been bad if you would have pushed with a hog on the other side then.
Well, it's like it's not bad. It's just like it depends on how confident you are, and if you understand where you are in the game. Like typically when you're playing hog against Ice Golem, I mean not Ice Golem, Lava Hound, you're probably gonna be behind an elixir for most of the game. Every time I go back and look at the replay, I might be ahead in damage and I might be like, you know, ahead in tempo a little bit, but they always have the elixir advantage. Almost always. So, you know, if you're really confident in your defense, if you're really confident that they won't break through, then playing that hog on the left side, like you know it's gonna force something. And if it forces something, then it helps you on the right. But you also have to kind of juggle that, like that 4 elixir could have also been a cannon and an ice spirit, or a musketeer, or a dark goblin and an ice spirit, or like etc., right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that in his head, he thought that the damage that he got on the right side was was already like game breaking, that all he had to do was focus on defense, just only defense, because he knew if he did defend, he was going to win.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I have a replay against like. This is me against Lava Loon. I've won against Spellbait, but you're not having a problem against Spellbait. Let me watch through this replay really fast on this Lava Loon. See whether or not it's like quality. Oh, by the way, like, anytime you need to, just feel free to ask questions.
All right.
I always want to make sure that uh, you're good on everything.
Let's see. I'm just looking at what I've been losing to now, but it's just mostly Lava Hound, and I just need to learn how to pull that balloon better, I guess.
Oh, okay. I do have the replay. I think this one's actually pretty good because it shows everything that we just learned in the other replay. Can you see this?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this replay. It's basically a carbon copy game. I'm gonna do a lot of damage to the left tower. I'm gonna keep my lead by defending on the right side. Every time he plays Lava Hound, I'll be playing cannons. I'll be using Dark Goblins in the middle, Musketeers over here. Typically, like, you want to prioritize units in the middle if they have larger range. The Dark Goblin does have a larger range than the Musketeer, so I like to play Dark Goblin in the middle, but that's like kind of finicky because sometimes it is better. Like, I guess like most of the reason why Musketeer is played on the right here because she's like way better at staggering elixir. She's 4 is slow. If you played like, if you did it the opposite way, Musketeer would be kind of useless over here. But you know.
Yeah, last time I placed it on the other side and they outranged the thing and started walking away.
Yeah, it's
And then I lost.
yeah, it does that. This is how I set up a push because not like I don't have the right cards in my hand. All the Lava Hounds. Unfortunately, the Ice Spirit like targeted the minions, which kind of sucked. So I had to drop a Dark Goblin, and the Dark Goblin died. Rip Dark Goblin. And you see, like, these defenses were like almost always behind an elixir.
Yeah.
If you watch these replays, like this should be 7 because he just fireballed. So usually you're gonna be behind. So, you know, when you do these hog pushes, you just have to kind of keep that in mind. I mean, what makes up for that is just how destructive this push is right here. If you think about it, have you ever played Lava Hound Balloon?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but
I mean, I played it just for fun and, just to like troll people, but not seriously. I just don't like big decks. Slow decks, I get bored.
Yep.
That's why when you play those on stream, I just
tune out. Just like
yeah.
you're yeah. Well, I mean, I've been playing it a lot, and what I've recognized about this deck is that there are a lot of things. Like, if you really want to play it well, there are really big limitations to it. One of the limitations is right here. If someone does a push like this to you,
Yeah.
you have to have the right cards in the right order in order to defend it, like, perfectly. See this? See this hand?
Yeah.
This is not a good hand, right?
Nope.
This is not good. So you make up for like this lack of elixir throughout the game for just how crazy this is, how hard this is. If you're able to like know where he is in his cycle, then this like always gets something. Right now he has to play like a tombstone plus like a mega minion in order to hold this off. His tombstone is next and his Skarmy's up. He can't play Skarmy here because of the ice golem. He does play it though. I mean, alright. So I'm gonna back up my decision right now. I do zap here, but I'm tilted, and I was playing this game. I played this game after losing to like 2 Lava Hound balloons and a Bowler Freeze graveyard, right? And I wanted to take this tower. Like, I didn't give a crap, so I zapped and I kept my Ice Golem alive for health reasons. Even though the best play here is to just save your elixir. Uh, uh, this is game breaking damage. Even if like game breaking damage in this matchup is around 700 HP, because that's when you can really start fireballing people out. If you're really confident, like it'll be like around 1,000, where you know that your hog is gonna get in one more time. So I know that it's a lava hound now, and I'm gonna be starting to stagger my elixir. So just like when you watch these replays, when you watch other people play, my biggest advice to you, if you really want to improve, is to put yourself in their shoes and ask yourself like at all times, what do I do here? Um, why is he doing this? And is he doing it right? And what would I do? And then like you compare contrast. So if I did something that was wrong, even if like you're watching the best player in the world, uh, they could do something wrong and it's just wrong, right? And just take it for that. If they do something right, then you have to ask yourself like, why are they doing it and why does it work? And then how can I apply that to my play? I drop Musketeer. I see, uh, the big push coming. Fireballs me. This Dark Goblin is MVP. Shitty Dark Goblin takes the tower when I don't want it to be taken. Free Fireball because I know he's gonna play Tombstone because that's what he has in his hand. I start setting up. See, I see everything coming in. Fireballs me. Now I know that he can't fireball Tombstone. I mean the cannon slash Dark Goblin. This gets in. I freeze it with Ice Spirit. I fireball. Dark Goblin cleans up. Bomb doesn't get to my tower. 20 seconds left on the clock. Gonna defend. That is the tilted emote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, sometimes like when you defend it like that, sometimes I do the same thing, but sometimes I just mess it all up. Especially when freaking balloons get through.
Yeah. No, it happens to me all the time. You just like uh you find both extremes. Like sometimes you try for the crazy pulls. You try for these really like insane pulls where you think that it shouldn't work, and then sometimes it does work. Or you just play, and then you also, I mean, you want to do both. So then you're also like playing really safely, and you're placing down the cannons that will always pull, but it might not be optimal. Like when you do both of them, you're gonna find like your middle ground. You're gonna find that comfortable place where you can always do this. So eventually, Krunk, you're gonna be able to like always pull balloons in this situation. Of course, like there's human error, and you'll miss a balloon here and there, like everybody. But you're trying to aim for consistency. Let's see. So let me build the golem deck. Let me build a golem deck here. I know.
Oh man, and Royal Giants, dude.
Oh, you
I
have
don't know what
trouble.
I'd be losing with Royal Giants.
Really, RGs?
Yeah.
Okay. Thing. This deck. I mean, with RGs, the defense is always going to be pretty simple. Um, like there are two different situations for RG. Bring out my handy dandy paint.
This one he had rocket, furnace, elite barbs, medium horde, arrows, fire spirits, goblins, and royal giant.
Okay, wait. Give me the deck again so we can go through it.
Royal giant, rocket, furnace, elite barbs, medium horde. What is that? Fire spirits and goblins. Stab goblins.
Uh, I have RG, Furnace, Rocket, Elite Bards, Minion Horde, Fire Spirit, Goblins. What's his last card?
Arrows.
Arrows. This is a 4.3 to 2.9. I mean, I'm assuming that you're also playing the skeleton version in that game, so it's 2.6. Uh, this is a
No,
lot.
that one I had the dark goblin on that one. I
Oh,
had the
okay, okay.
goblin with the mega minion.
Okay. So, the deck that he's playing, his best case scenario is probably, he plays Furnace down. He'll have Furnace down on the middle of the map. Then he'll probably like be slow rolling giants, RGs, because he doesn't really have a way to. I really don't like this deck. I'm taking a look at it. I'm like, there's nothing
Yeah,
here.
I'm like, I
This is
mean,
yeah.
once he took once I took a tower, then he took mine, and then after he took mine, it was so much easier for him just to drop a royal giant in the middle. You know.
Well, when you're in a 1-1 crown scenario against RG with this deck, with this kind of deck,
Yeah.
it really is about reactive play, especially
Hmm.
against things like Elite Barbarians. Uh, it's like it's okay to play preemptive cannons almost if you know where he is in his cycle. Like say, he just uses RG to take a tower. You know that the next four cards that he plays, he's gonna have RG again. Where is the most likely place he'll play RG? Probably in the middle. So
Yeah.
if you know that it's gonna come, then you play cannons. The cannon will stop the RG long enough for you to set up a defense. Or he can also drop things like Elite Barbs in the middle. If he drops Elite Barbs, you have Ice Golem. Like you hold these cards, you hold these counters. But in general, like this deck, I can see you losing a tower if you don't play perfectly. I mean, not perfectly. If you don't play well enough because of Rocket can end the games, but um, playing to furnaces, playing the furnaces in the Hog Rider matchup is like a whole art in and of itself because it's so hard to trade with this building since it has so much health.
Yeah.
Think of your Hog Rider like best case scenario. Your Hog Rider gets through with a little bit of health. Probably won't even reach the tower. Assuming that you don't, like have Ice Golem, Hog, and then Fireball. But this is usually in 2 times Elixir. So, understanding that your best case scenario is like you trade Hog for Furnace. And that sucks, but if you're able to do that, then you can outcycle the Furnace. That's like the name of the game in the early game. So, you don't want to take damage from this, and you want to trade your hogs with it, so that later in the game you're able to outcycle it, and then you'll be able to get through the furnace. So then his responses are minion horde or Ely barbs, one or the other. He can't play both because they're too expensive. Plus like this, if he plays these, you fireball it out, easy. If he plays this, you fireball it out, easy. It's the same response. And then like the RG is a whole different thing. Like you already know how to defend RGs. You
Yeah.
yeah, you play cannons, you play musketeers, and then you defend it with like ice golem and stuff.
Hmm.
Do you know the trick of buying time with ice spirit? Like, two fire spirits come to you, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah. I seen you do it plenty of time.
okay. So that's one way to defend against furnace. Other is your dark goblin. Your other one is musketeer. Your other one is ice golem.
So when do you decide when it's best to play either the golem or the musketeer? When
Uh,
it's the furnace. Like sometimes I have both in my hand and I'm debating like, he hasn't shown me all his cards, and then if I place a musketeer and I go on that side, he has something like he'll do like, you know, something flying on the other side, and you know,
You have
it's
enough. You have enough counters to air that if you play one musketeer for a furnace, it's totally fine. If you've ever played furnace, like you play furnace and then someone plays musketeer, your furnace is essentially neutralized for that amount of time that the musketeer is alive on the map.
yeah.
So it's totally fine. And if they attack you in the air with like say a minion horde miner push or something going all in on you, you have Ice Golem Zap, you have Dark Goblin, you have Dark Goblin Ice Spirit. You have a lot of ways of neutralizing air that comes at you if you don't have Musketeer. That's what good deck building is. It's not like your deck is versatile. Your deck can have multiple answers. This deck has multiple answers. This one, not really. There's not many multiple answers. It's sort of rigid and it does one job really well. Uh, Poking you up, basically. That's what this deck does. If you mess up, this deck relies a lot on messing up.
Mm-hmm. I think I was already tilted by the time I played that deck from all these balloons.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Shit. God, what
Cause I
was
don't,
I gonna go? Uh huh.
yeah, cause I don't really play that much ladder. I just do mostly grand challenges. Ladder is just there only when we have like the clan. Um, what is that? The clan thingamajig, crown chest thing.
Yeah,
Just to put them out, cause
yeah,
other than that, I don't really run it too much.
totally normal. Um, so do you have
How,
trouble against Golem? You have trouble against Golem, right?
well, only if they have graveyard. If it's just a golem with like mega minion or golem musketeer or barbarians, elite barbs, those are easy. Just when they surprise me and they have the freaking graveyard out of nowhere, you know, I have
Yeah.
the replay from it where it was just going fine and then he just played a graveyard. I got owned.
Okay. Share screen with me and we'll. Oh wait, I forgot. All right. I'm gonna go into a clan. Are you in a clan right now?
Yeah, I can leave it.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and create a clan and you can share we can share all the replays and we'll go through it. The ones that you really want to watch and we'll go through it, okay?
All right.
Uh Alright, so it's called Replays Krunk. Pretty simple if you ask me.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta leave.
So let's take some notes on this Golem Graveyard that you're playing against. Because it's definitely one of the harder matchups. Like, Golem is already super difficult to deal with, plus Graveyard.
It's actually a guild called Krunk. That's not mine though.
Perfect.
Dude, stop saying my name right. That thing is, I mean, wrong. You kept saying Tunechi. That's Tunchi.
Oh, it's Tunchi. Okay. I'll call you Tunachi.
I know.
Trigger you even harder.
Let me see. This is well, this one was the one that was caught by surprise. Let me see. That one.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna be really hard.
And I think I messed up somewhere. I was already tilted from balloons too much, and then I just.
Yeah. This is really difficult. I'd be hard pressed to play this matchup too. So let's see. Okay, Hog Ice Golem push. He plays. I would love if someone did that. That's great. I think at most you're gonna get 2 hits. You get 1 hit. That's totally fine. Take your time. You don't need to play Musketeer here, or pull like this. This is like mistake number 1. we're gonna catalog this because this is what we need to do here. So mistake. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it either. Mistake 1. If you have a Mega Minion coming toward you, you have a lot of answers to pull in this deck. You have Musketeer, you had Ice Spirit, you had Skeletons. Choose one. Typically, if it's just a Mega Minion, you want to gain a lot of value for what you just did. So just playing like in Ice Spirit or Skeletons here would have been totally fine. But playing Musketeer plus Skeletons is completely not needed, and it actually gave him a plus like what, 2 plus 3 elixir lead on you. This shouldn't have happened after he played an elixir collector plus a Mega Minion to defend you. It's pretty small. Well, actually, this is big, but it's good to know that even like, you know, you can pick up things like right away, like here. So I guess I would call that overcommitment on defense. Okay. Any questions?
No.
So let's kind of go through in our head really quick about what would have looked different had we played like Ice Spirit / Skeletons, right? So let's pretend Mega Minion is back here. You're back in your hand. You play Ice Spirit, Mega Minion dies. Now you're at 10. Now you play Musketeer back here. And this Musketeer that is sitting here won't just be kind of in vain. Now you have a stronger push. Now you have a Musketeer here. By the time this Musketeer is back here, you're in a very comfortable place. You're probably going to be at like 10 elixir here to do another big push. Do you kind of get what I mean? Like this Musketeer.
Yeah. I know. It wasn't necessary. It was a tilt.
It was the tilt.
The tilt. I was just like.
That's good to know. It's good to know like what it could have been.
Yeah. I usually just defend with the Ice Spear or something, but I just wanted to push because I knew when he placed that collector.
Yeah.
I knew he didn't have like a building or something.
That was a really like crazy push you just did, but it worked. It's actually insane how much you put into that push. It's like this Musketeer was already overcommit. Then you went ham. Then you went even hammer. But you know, it worked. In the future though, like I would say until you know exactly what his cards are. It's like, what have you seen? You saw a collector. You saw a Mega Minion. You saw, is that it? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like collector, Mega Minion, and then he plays Scar Me.
Yeah,
and the Musketeer.
The Scar. Oh yeah, the Musketeer. Yeah.
And so, the little minions, the little flying minions.
Yeah. There's still like 3 more cards. So if you see Pump, it's probably gonna be either Giant or Golem, or like even weirdly Elite Barbs. So I would refrain from doing these huge like big pushes. Okay. Mistake 2. Overcommit offense. Poke at him and try to get out his other counters to get a feel for it. So if you have Musketeer here and you had Ice Golem, just feel okay with just dropping Ice Golem here. Now you have like a little mini push. Um, you want to have Zap ready because like you always want to hold Zap for when you do your pushes to protect your musketeers, stuff like that, and it could have like a good effect. The fact that like this worked, I think, was a combination of his like poor deck building and kind of like mistake in the beginning. But this, what you did here, is really gambly, and will work sometimes. It will work most times. Like it won't work. Sorry, terrible wording, but what I'm trying to say,
I know
yeah,
what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
yeah, like 50-50. Like you don't want to take these chances.
Mm-hmm.
Even it's probably even like a lot lower than that. It's probably like 40-30% chances of working usually.
Remember that sap you did earlier, where you said it was tilting? That was like a fireball that was tilting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I even sapped that musketeer because I didn't want nothing like being placed in front of it, nothing like something big. I knew he had something big for the
Yeah.
collector. I just didn't want to be like, oh, he placed a goal and now I have to deal with the musketeer, two behind it.
Yeah, and I understand. So this isn't a mistake. This isn't a mistake, by the way. This is just like really small mechanical things. I'm not gonna really nitpick on it. I'm just gonna tell you here, just for you to keep in mind. Just wait till your bars 10 to do this. You're doing it at 8. You're doing it at 9. I know it's probably to help you not leak elixir, but let's try and practice that. Uh, it's totally okay with spending elixir here and just cycling to your cards, but so you see Golem coming up. Uh, where do you think you should play your cards now?
Well, I was being really aggressive on this one, so I'm seeing my hog is next, so I'm gonna push again on the other nine, which is a mistake.
It's good that you know this. So we know that you're gonna make a mistake here. Okay, but what could this have been? Right?
I I think I should have just placed my musketeer down first,
Where?
and then far behind. I probably on the golem probably I put it behind the king tower, not on the other side.
You wouldn't put it here?
No,
Why?
that one because I don't know. I just if it's not a balloon or something.
I would put it there. Because you want to split your musketeer and your cannon, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so play it here.
mm, yeah. I guess
Because
it would be a better choice.
you're gonna
And I
100%
just
put your cannon here. I'm gonna bet right here.
mm,
Yeah. So if you play it here, the musketeer will walk like this, and then it'll be with cannon. Because like I don't think you've seen him use arrows. You haven't seen him use fireball. So you want to always be safe. So this is probably the best place. So you want to wait till 10. Drop your musketeer. Get your defenses ready. If and like we learned from watching now, you just took a tower. It's it is okay to push on this side with like Ice Golem Hog, just to get other elixir from him, so that this push that's coming to you isn't so scary.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that if you stagger your elixir right too, and you push when the golem is like here, you can force your opponent to like start panicking and say, "Where do I put my elixir? Where do I defend this side, or do I just go all in here?" But if you go like right now, he can just not really worry because this golem isn't even near your tower and just focus on defense. Neutralize this before going back to this push. So, see, this is a little bit early. I mean, if you ask yourself, like, what is the best case scenario for this push? What is the best case scenario here?
The best case would be I take the other tower.
Do you think you're gonna take this opposite tower?
No, I was just thinking I would just get myself ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
And what's the worst case scenario of this decision?
Um, what just happened? The graveyard.
I mean, yeah, yeah. Like the result is that you lose your tower, right?
Yeah.
And you lose your lead.
Hmm.
So is this decision here worth it for what happens on the other side?
No.
Yeah, and that's how we reverse engineer bad decisions, so we don't do them again. Basically. Uh, all right. Oh, sorry. This one's pretty easy. There it goes. Golem walks in. You have no elixir because you spend it all over here. He graveyards you, and in this scenario, you don't have zap. You have fire. You have 4 elixir to work with, probably around 5. So what you can afford is musketeer skeleton, musketeer, then wait ice golem, or 1 fireball. Uh, there isn't very much you can do here because of how you committed to this side too early. You didn't wait till 10 either, I think. You dropped like Ice Golem at like 7 or 8, and then you drop Hog. There's a lot of elixir that you are missing. 100% this tower goes down. So don't like tunnel vision on this part, like saying, oh, what is the most optimal play here? There was no optimal play. With the way the game turned out, this tower is gone. If anything, like, you should probably be thinking about stabilizing and then attacking this tower. Oh, goodbye, Ice Golem. It was... You did a good job not dying. He's seen some shit.
No, no. See what messed it up is I dropped the ice golem and I dropped the skellies right behind it.
Yeah, they were
So
here.
so all the little other skellies went towards the other skellies and ignored the ice golem.
Uh... Oh, that fireball. I think.
I was too late on fireball and all.
I think you're panicking here, but you could totally play cannon here and pull this golem to your king tower. Oh, yep, there it is. That, good ice golem here. You have double king tower now activated, so this isn't actually that big of a threat. Your musketeer will clean all of this up, hopefully, like with ice spirit. So all you have to do is buy time on the side.
I think the musketeer is shooting at the golem. Oh, never mind. It broke, so it's shooting the other thing.
Yep, you gotta buy time. This ice golem is not doing anything there. I think this is like the desperation hog, right?
Yeah.
This is the desperation hog. You gotta use the ice spirit, ice golem. So there's a lot. There's a lot here. So after watching through your games, I think I've watched several of your games now, and what I've come to the decision to, I mean, we take a look at like this, like pretty much mistakes. There's a lot of overcommitment, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in your future games, like just try and take your game slower. Real like it's you know what, it's like totally okay to just sit there and think sometimes. As long as you go back and like try to speed yourself up eventually. Try learning to play really defensively and then really offensively. You know, doing both. You are kind of doing both here. You're overcommitting, but you know, I think that you need to find that spot where you're comfortable in playing at. It's, how do I describe it? You're kind of like an unpolished like statue right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes when I really focus, like when I'm home, that one when I was at work, all those games is when I'm working. So like if I'm on the road and I don't play when I'm driving, of course, but when when I'm on the road and I'm like got some time, or I get to the place where I need to work, then I do like a little game or something. It's more like a quick rush game, and then that's it. Because takes me time, like sometimes like 30, 45 minutes to get to from one place to the other. So long drives, then have like get my mind off of driving before I go in to do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just play a quick game or something, and then sometimes I just play it rushed. But
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. It's like as long as you
yeah,
know, then you'll be aware of it in your games, in your next games. I don't have a thing against like people playing casually or playing it on the road or whatever. That's the whole point of this game. It's a mobile game.
yeah.
If anything, I'm the anomaly. Like I play on the computer and only when I'm focused or whatever. So, are there any more replays before? I mean, if you want to just go hop into the live games against me.
Oh man, really gotta play you.
I mean, they're gonna be more practice games of anything. I'm gonna be telling you, like, I'm gonna be helping you with understanding what you should be doing right now. Like, I'm gonna be telling you like what I do, what I'm scared of in this moment, and then we can go over the replays and look at like what you could have done a little bit better or hit timings to hit, uh, reactions, placements of buildings. You know, your defense, your offense, overcommitment, like everything. We're just gonna talk about a lot.
What did I do wrong with this one? I played a mirror match. That dude beat me.
Huh? You wanna watch it?
I think he Oh yeah, I know. Oh, well, I know what I did wrong, but
Uh huh.
yeah, that one I messed it up. I started pushing. Sometimes I see you when you're like, okay, this one is fireball range, or this is you know.
Yeah.
I think I got a little bit too overconfident that I can get through, and I got owned.
Yeah, like the mirror matchup for this deck is actually, it's like a whole different matchup. It's weird. There's a lot of
No,
little
but
things
this
that you gotta learn.
I I I wasn't playing with the musketeer. I had Mega Minion.
Oh,
The
okay.
deck looks different. I have Mega Minion and I have the Ice Spirit. I have the Skellies,
Yeah, yeah.
the Ice Golem, and the Dark Goblin or whatever it's called. Yeah,
Okay.
the Dark Goblin. Hog Fireball Cannon, the same zap. He was running the exact same deck and he beat me. Han guy, I don't even know. Alright, so what you wanna do?
Uh, you want to do games against more tanks? I can play Lava Loon, or I can play Golem, or I can play Giant.
Are you good at Lava Loon?
Uh, I don't. I'm not sure. I don't think that you could be good at Lava Loon, but JK. I'm serviceable. It's serviceable.
Yeah, I guess I try one with you playing the Lava Loon.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Like a lot. Uh, take everything as a challenge. Let's see. Wait, what am I missing? One, two. Oh, I'm missing the balloon. That's right. Are you ready? Do you have the Dark Goblin one?
Hold on, give me a second.
His name is Flashlight. Godly.
The heck? What the heck is that? Oh, do you want me to try it with the one
Hmm?
with the Dark Goblin first?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that you can put into action what we just talked about, what we learned about staggering and then placing units right.
All right, got it.
Yep, whenever you're ready.
Wait, isn't this cheating? Like I'm seeing your card. I gotta cover it.
Doesn't matter.
Uh,
I want you to be talking out loud about what you want to do, about what you think I'm gonna do, about just like
all right,
just keep sorry, keep an open dialogue with me, okay?
all right. I was gonna fireball that right away, but it took a little bit of time now.
Okay. I'm expecting you to play Hog Rider right now. You're not,
Oh,
so I
sorry.
feel free to play Balloon here. There's a Dark Goblin. You need to pull that. I'm gonna play Mega Minion to go ahead and do something about that. I'm gonna zap this. You don't have Fireball. It doesn't reach the tower. That was good defense.
I didn't. I think I used too much. I used too much elixir, so
That's fine. I mean, we talked about it, right? We talked
yeah,
about like how this deck, well, the Hog deck falls behind an Elixir a lot.
yeah. I have to play a naked hog because I don't have anything except the Dark Goblin.
That takes a lot of load off of my mind. That zap was overcommitment. You zap when you know that you're gonna at least get 2 hits. With the way, since that was a normal, just only hog, it trades pretty evenly. Like best case scenario against a lone tombstone, you get 1 hit. All right, so how are you gonna defend this? You need a cannon. You need Dark
Oh,
Goblin.
oh crap! Now I placed it on the other side. Should have placed it higher.
Use your Fireball
Spirit.
if you can. Oh, Ice Spirit. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's exactly how you should be playing it. See how you're holding it?
Yeah. I just
All right, now I need Tombstone here. You just saw me use Scar Me, and I had used Tombstone. I now, like, where do you think I am in my cycle? Lava Hound, right?
something. Yep.
We're back again. I'm expecting you to play Cannon here this time. And if I was a real player, I'd probably be dropping minions here at the bridge. Fireballing out your muskie. Good fireball. The Ice Spirit is a little bit late. That's good, good, good. Now I'm expecting you to play Hog Rider over here.
Now it's over. Too much damage. I should have played something else for those guys. Do you think I should have placed like the Musketeer to take out those guys faster?
Musketeer to take out the pups?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about that. That wasn't the important part of the game. What was I about to say? It might just be. I don't think I should probably touch on this point, but there was a lot of slowness, but that's okay. If you defend like that against people at your level, you're probably going to win against them. We're just gonna look at this replay. The reason why, it felt slow to me was because uh, I'm always playing at like a much quicker pace, and I expect
Yeah.
people to be playing that way too. So don't worry about that too much. It's good
Now I see
that
it's kind of hard. Now I see how hard it is for you to actually like talk while moving your doing what you're doing, and you're like, tell me what you're doing. I'm like, hold on a second, I'm not used to it. That's why it took so long.
yeah, yeah,
Usually I don't have to talk and just do what I gotta do.
yeah. It comes after a lot of time. It's actually one
Like,
of that's one of the reasons why I know how to like teach people about pounding elixir and all of that is because I had to make it up on the spot.
yeah.
You were just talking. All right. But in general, like the way that you defended was perfect. Just
Yeah, the only thing I was focused, I wasn't focusing too much on attacking. I was just trying to remember the placement of the cards and like, trying to see where like you were putting like the last one where you had like the balloon and the lava hound together at the end.
mm-hmm.
Like I knew if I placed my cannon up, they would place like either minions or fireballer or something. I knew that would happen.
Yeah.
So like I just placed it there, and of course you put the minions there immediately. Uh,
I think this is like you're learning perfectly. This is how you should be doing it. Focus on the positionings first because this is the first time you played, learning it, and then like next game, focus on really perfecting that position. As long as you get it right. Next game, then you start adding in attack. Then you start
yeah.
figuring out where you can attack. Then the next game, you start figuring out how to like seamlessly do it all together, and then you start working on decision making. Then you start working on all of this other stuff. So if you want, we can just keep doing friendlies right now, and it'll come more and more naturally to you. You'll be a lot faster about it.
All right.
This is an interesting hand. This is a very bad hand. I have to open
So I
up
have
kind
a
of badly.
horrible thing too.
Dark Goblin. Hmm. I see Ice Spirits. I mean Ice Golem. Usually this would tell me Hog Rider. With the way this is going, I'm gonna play Lava Hound. I'm sitting at 3. You should know I'm sitting at 3. There's a Hog Rider, but it's alone. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna drop this on top of the Mega Minion. You get 2 hits here. And now you have to defend me. Good defense here. Do you have Zap? No, you just use Zap over here. Okay, great, great. Splitting your cards, I can't fireball it. A lot of people will play like Musketeer here too. But easy fireball. Easy fireball. I use Skeleton Army here, right?
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
Your lava hound should be next.
It also tells you that I just used one of my counters to your Hog Rider. So my other counter is Tombstone.
Your tombstone.
So if you understand that, then you start understanding how to like prediction fireball, right?
Yeah.
Ah, now it's starting to all come together. What can I do right now? Balloon. So what is your response here? Great pull. Where's your Musketeer? Perfect. Where's your Ice Spirit? Perfect. Yeah. Zap. Oh, you didn't even need it, dude. That right there is actually picture perfect. You couldn't ask a top player to have done that. Like any better. Oh, oh. I'm in 30 seconds. Typically everybody will fireball this out. And this was missed. That happens. And we take your tower.
Yep. Now I have to push regardless. Prediction fireball. That,
Well played.
that's what happens. Always.
No. Don't fixate on that. Don't fixate on that. Your defense was perfect. I mean, yeah, your defense is perfect. Didn't we just talk about like how?
Except, did that balloon not get pulled by the cannon?
Mm-hmm. I put it all the way to the edge and you played it late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, I'm pretty sure the Mega Minion died, and then the balloon just kept going straight, so I missed the balloon pull.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just those little tiny mistakes that I keep on making. Like, you know, when I'm doing like a good game, and then it's just like that little mistake. And with this freaking deck, that's like,
Well,
one balloon is like gets one hit like 700,000
yeah.
explosion.
Well, you're playing a very high skill ceiling deck, really high skill ceiling. Um, one mistake will lose you a game, but if you don't make a mistake, you'll probably win. That's a
Yeah,
trade off. And isn't it better to do these games here than do the games like out there?
yeah,
Yeah. Uh, but that was like visible improvement. You were placing the cards in the right order. Maybe not like as crisp, but you can work on that. And then you can start working on your offense around now. I think that you got the positioning down. Your offense will come from knowing this deck. Like if you look at this deck, what are the ways that you get stopped? Well, one, Tombstone.
yeah.
Two, Skarmy.
And I still overcommitted on that sap. I shouldn't sap that second tombstone.
Yeah, yeah. I
For like,
mean,
I think I got like one hit still, and there wasn't even two. So if I kept my zap, then I could have zapped the balloon that got through, and it wouldn't be able to get to my tower.
yeah. Uh, there are like little tactics that you can do too. As soon as I drop Lava Hound, you can play uh, what's it? Ice Golem Hog in the other lane, and then start setting up your defense on the lane where the Lava Hound is going to, like we saw now do.
Yeah.
But I think doing these friendlies is actually really good for you. I think you learn a lot on the spot. By the way, I like doubt that you're gonna lose to other Lava Hound players for a while, especially if you meet them in ladder or whatever or GC. It's good that you don't zap there. You know that shouldn't be getting through. Great buy time for your oh, I think. Oh wow, it actually isn't. I actually can't fireball all of it. Oh, let's see. There's the hog. There's the ice golem. One, two. I can't play Skarmy here because of ice golem. So I take damage. I think if you had pushed that right, I'm gonna show you how to push it like on the exact tiles.
Hmm.
Your hog rider
Just
next
because,
game.
just because it was my next card.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna show you how to do it when you know it's your next card. Spirit might have been a little bit too early. You need your Dark Goblin. Do you have Zap? Guess you don't need Zap. Damn, Dark Goblin's super good, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just letting him do his thing.
Forcing me to Fireball. Uh, I'm not too afraid of your Hog Rider right now unless you have, like, Fireball. See. I'm gonna drop this so I don't take damage. Good Zap. Start another push again. This is as frequent, by the way. This is what's gonna happen. Oh, that's a really good push there. I have to fireball that. Right now, the push I'm doing is all in. If I don't take your tower, I lose. You have to know that.
Oh man, I should have waited for that.
Oh, that cannon actually pulled the balloon.
Oh, my musketeer is still alive. Nice.
Just defend. Just defend. That's all you have to do right now. 8 seconds.
That's all
Seven,
I'm doing.
2, 1. Oh, you got it.
Ah, man, now I don't even want to play anymore. Those type of games like that, it's just like you play once and
No, it's good.
I'd
Like,
rather play against I'd rather get beat by a guy that's playing like either the same deck or something like faster, or like we're trading like back and forth attacks,
I
instead
know,
of
but the
just
game
like
isn't like that. There are
yeah, I
tanks.
know.
Oh, but that was really solid. You saw me play Lava Hound.
Yeah,
You know what's in my
not
hand.
not now I know actually where to place my guys when because sometimes I look at it and when they play a lava hound, sometimes they have lightning
Yeah.
and they just like lightning my musketeer. I mean
Well,
they keep my cannon alive, because I place it high enough, but they take one or the other, and then it's like okay, now I don't have. But now that I have the dark goblin, I can actually
yeah.
have still something hidden air.
Yeah. When it comes to lightning, lightning kind of plays differently. You always have to give something up, but then you replace it and then you attack them harder because lightning is 6, fireball is 4. You know the effects are differing, but
Yeah,
I think you have this matchup down pat, and if you know this matchup, it'll help you in a lot of other ones. Like you said, you're pretty good on spellbait. We
yeah. I
can
watched you so many times just own
yeah
spellbait that I just remember in my head how you play against it. Like I don't think I've seen you much like get beaten by spellbait when you
no
playing when you playing this deck.
yeah there aren't very many I mean I do lose to it sometimes, but that's mostly like my fault. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. I hear yeah you're pretty good on the golem. Do you know how to defend against graveyard with this? It's very difficult, but it's still doable.
Um, I did one game against a graveyard, and I placed my dark goblin behind my other the tower that they're attacking.
Yeah.
So he's like killing off those guys because he shoots so fast. And then they have like a boulder. I already remember you telling us to put it like right next to the tower, so it
Mm-hmm.
helps you kill it.
Yeah.
And then I save my ice. I don't put my ice golem on my. If I place my cannon next to my tower, I don't place my golem on my tower like to soak up damage because the goblin's killing it. I just use my golem to my ice golem to distract
Distract.
the bowler. Yeah.
Perfect. That's pretty perfect. Let's see. I mean, if you have that in your head, I think that's enough for where you are. Let me show you how to push when the ice golem is like not in. What is it? When your hog isn't in your hand, or when your ice golem isn't in your hand, and it's like the next card, where you want to prepare pushes, right? So that
Yeah.
your hog, no matter what, pushes the ice golem. That's like preferred. I've seen multiple times where your hog rider will get ahead of your ice golem, and that's because you're probably not playing on the right tile.
Mm.
Actually, yeah. Let me do this. So I
Get
forgot. Control
get that one.
Alt print screen. Let's open up trusty old paint, and I'm gonna highlight the tiles for you where you play your hog rider slash ice golems. Okay.
Hmm.
Here is a tile. Here's a tile. Here's a tile. Here's a tile. Uh, here's a tile. Here's a tile. Here's a tile. Here's a tile. This one corresponds to this tile. This one corresponds. This one corresponds. This one corresponds. Most likely, you're gonna be using like this. This one is priority 1. This one's priority 1 on this side. This is 2. This is 2. It's a little bit complicated, but basically, if like say this fireball was ice golem, right? Next card. The way you would be playing it is you drop Hog here. You drop Hog on this tile right here. And then you play Ice Golem on exactly this tile. What happens is that the Hog will always push toward the tower.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then it's vice versa on the other side.
Okay. Usually I just place it in the middle lane,
Yeah.
like little
If
path.
if you do in the middle lane, what happens is that the Hog doesn't push the Ice Golem. It'll go ahead of the Ice Golem.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, if you have both of them in your hand, you play Ice Golem first. Then, like 1 to 2 seconds later, you drop the Hog Rider on the same exact tile.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that
so
what you told me last time.
yeah, in game, I'm gonna show you in game. All right. So let's go ahead and, of course, last card, Hog Rider, lit. Oh my God, this luck. Okay. This is like fine. We need 6, right? So you see, this is the tile. This is the tile, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the tile. This is the tile. So let's. You're always gonna probably be doing it on the inside. So Ice Golem, Hog Rider. Pushes. Perfect. Let's find a situation where the Hog comes next. Yeah. So we're just gonna keep playing this until that one Ice Golem. All right. I want to show you how to do Hog and then Ice Golem.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
You know what? Totally fine. So this is the position for the Hog Rider right here, or
Yeah.
here, 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 here. So I'm gonna show you right now. You drop Hog, play Ice Golem. You see how it pushes?
Yeah.
Corresponding tile on the same side too.
So did the trainer just log you?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Wasn't
Oh.
watching. So like, just try it in your own matches, and it makes it a lot easier when preparing if you're out of cycle. If you're or if like you have a Hog coming up next or you have an Ice Golem coming up next, so that you're not just like kind of playing them haphazardly.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think pretty good. Um, when you're playing against Graveyard, your cannon positioning changes depending on what kind of graveyard it is. If it's counterattack bowler graveyard, yeah, you want to play cannons like this.
Yeah.
So that when the bowler comes in, you drop Ice Golem, and then this attacks the bowler, helps you with the graveyard. If you are playing against Giants, it's a little bit harder, but you play your cannons in 4-3 position, like normal against regular tanks. Set your cannon, play Dark Goblin, defend your like over here, and you probably want to zap your tower when it gets to critical mass.
Mhm.
Other matchups, I'm sure you're totally fine with. If people play collectors on you, typically you want to push into them right away with just Ice Spirit. Not Ice Spirit. Ice Golem Hog, Ice Golem Hog, and depending on how much damage you do to their tower, let's say you take their tower down to like 1,000. Don't fireball their collector. Hold on to that elixir and hold your lead. If you don't do enough damage and they hold you off, fireball the collector.
Okay, I got a question though.
Yeah.
Um, when they play, sometimes the hog is the last card on your cycle, right?
Yeah.
And they play elixir collector, and you don't even have fireball yet. So you have cannon, the little goblin, I mean dark goblin, ice spirit, and ice golem.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what do you do? They just play the spirit collector, and you trying to punish them.
Well,
So like if you try to build something up huge, I mean, you can lay down the Ice Spirit, the Dark Goblin, the Ice Golem, and Hog's still not there. And then
Well,
do you just fireball the thing once fireball comes out?
yeah, sometimes you can be put in very weird positions. Usually, I mean, if that's like my hand, I'd probably be playing Ice Spirit at the back,
Hmm.
uh, looking for Hog Rider. If I can't see Hog Rider, I'll probably try to get to Fireball. Like I'll either get to one of these two. But let's say like I am able to get to Hog Rider, I'd probably play Ice Spirit, set up my Ice Golem, take Hog, do the push. If Hog is really like last card, then Ice Spirit, maybe another card like Dark Goblin, then Fireball.
Oh, okay, so it's okay to do that then.
Yeah, it's okay to do
I
that.
didn't know what to do. Like it's like because I remember one time you had like a crappy hand and you got to a really bad like uh, disadvantage when you were playing. You had to cycle your cards, remember, because your hog was at the end, and like
Yeah,
you had
that's
to
a lot of
cycle
games.
one and then hit the other one and the ice golem, and you're like, really, the hogs at the end, and
Yeah.
then from that it just gave him an advantage over you.
Well, this game, like the only RNG besides Graveyard, by the way, which is the only RNG card in the game, is your beginning hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a card game. Makes sense. And there are, sometimes happens. You just have to be able to understand like how to play it out so that you can get back to a good card cycle. Uh all right. Is there any other questions? Do you want to work on anything else?
No, that was just the one that been beating me the most. Just um lava loons. Graveyards I can sometimes beat it, but it's not too bad if I don't tilt like that with that golem and just play everything like you know
Yeah,
go
yeah.
crazy on it. But if I take my time, I do pretty well against it. It was just those lava loons when like usually I'm afraid to put my so so when the lava hound is coming, you only put down one card, right?
Yeah, I usually
Like
just
at a
put down
time. You
Musketeer.
just put musketeer and just wait to see what they do next, right?
Yeah,
Just in case they like fireball zap it or sometimes they do that. I just put a musketeer down and is walking once he gets to the tower. It's like fireball zap.
yeah. You sit and watch because like, so let's say that the lava hound is coming to you. You play you play Musketeer. It's an even scenario. Like we're doing this in Trusty Paint. Let's do it. This is a lot easier to like kind of visualize.
Yeah.
Even game, right? One. Let's say this is player one. Let's say you're player two. Player one is the dirty lava hound. You are the pure and beautiful hog rider. He plays lava hound, which is 7. So now he has 3. You play musketeer. Now you're at 6. In the span that the lava hound walks up, he let's say he fireball zaps you. That's 6, right?
Yeah.
At the best case scenario, he's gonna be at 0 elixir. Um, in this time, let's say that you got 6-2. You're probably at you banked about 12, which means that you already have at the very least 2 elixir on the map, plus that musketeer, and all he has is he's sitting at 0. Plus he has a lava hound coming at you, and he traded damage on your tower. What like ultimately? I'm sorry about all this like stupid math, but
No, that's
ultimately
fine.
what this tells you is that you have a you have a lot of elixir left over to defend. Like this lava hound doesn't should never get anything on you. That's
Yeah.
all that fireball zap means. If he does that like early game, if he does this to you, like late game at times 2, he can probably do it if you if he's like not taking a lot of pressure on his other lanes or whatever. You know, like if the lava hound is coming at you from this lane and you play Ice Golem Fog Rider here, then he'll probably be forced to fireball here, and he can't fireball you over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like know what your opponent can and cannot do, and then like if you keep watching your replays and stuff, you'll figure out what he can and cannot do. Uh, if he does something that is out of bounds or where he like overextends, then punish him for it. If he's playing with perfectly within that, then you just keep going with the game. You keep going with the flow of the game until you see a mess up or you can make a play yourself.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what consistency is. That's why when I take a look at like your mistakes here, you see this overcommit on stuff, overcommit on defense, overcommit on offense, overcommit on offense. It's because you don't know the limits of what you can do or the limits of what your opponent can do. Well, when you do know that, that's when you stop overcommitting, and that's when you stop. I mean, that's when you start playing like smartly, and taking like good trades so that you're not like always behind. I'm kind of hoping that like that positioning that we just learned will kind of teach you that, so that you know like I need this card, I need this card, I need this card in this order in order to like be able to defend this perfectly. And if I overcommit because I'm, you know, because I don't know my limits, then when this defense goes wrong, it's because I can point it back to this.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Any other questions? Any other concerns?
No, no. It was just mostly that defense that I have a picture in my head now what it should look like.
All right. Yeah.
Ah,
Sounds
so
good, man.
that was
I
good.
know you're tired. Uh, I guess I'll see you on stream because I will be streaming tonight, but that'll be a little bit later.
Oh, all right, that's good then. At least you're streaming tonight. Get bored with this other people, man. Just like to put on the show and they don't say anything.
Fair enough. Thank you. Um, yeah. If you need any other questions, just like message me here. Message me on my Gmail. If you ever want to rewatch the VOD, I'm gonna be posting this to YouTube, so you'll always have it if you want to go back and rewatch it. It's gonna be pretty long. It's almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad for missing the thing. I don't know why. Mastery like sort of messes up sometimes. It's happened to me before, but yeah.
No,
I mean,
that's
what
fine.
can you do? All right. Yep.
Just
So
make sure you just make sure you edit my name on your Skype.
oh, I don't have to worry about that. That's like been fixed. No one can like touch you anymore.
Oh,
If you show your names.
oh, okay, that's good then.
Yeah, that's why like I don't have a problem with doing that. Or else I would be hiding it.
Mm. All right. That's
All right.
actually I don't even use Skype.
All right. Yeah.
I don't even
Even
use
better.
Skype anymore, so that doesn't matter.
This is all Discord, right?
Yeah, Discord.
All right. All right. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, man. See you.